Greetings. Welcome to English 1101 online. I'm your instructor, Brandon Jeter. Welcome to the course. In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to the course and an overview and some best practices for going through the course and hopefully acing it. So let's take a look at the Blackboard shell that we have. Boom, here we are. This is our course. All right, so this is our Blackboard shell. We call them shells. So if you hear a shell, that's what we're talking about. So first thing is the course schedule. You'll see the course schedule there. Um, those are the main assignments that are due and when they're due. And the dates there are dates on there, but if anything changes, you'll see it in the weekly video lesson that I do for you and in the announcements. The Start Here folder. In order to see anything else, you have to complete what's in the Start Here folder. The first thing is the syllabus information. The syllabus is very important for you to read and go through. It is longer than it's ever been before. That's standard. But it's important for you to go through it because those are the rules of the course. So go through it. Make sure you read it and you understand. The technology requirements, do that just to make sure that you can operate in the course well. Something else about technology, and this is in the syllabus. If your internet goes out, if your internet goes out, or if your computer breaks, or your tablet gets cracked, or something like that, that's not a valid reason or excuse to miss an assignment. Just want to let you know that. Now, if the campus's internet goes out, then that is a valid reason to miss an assignment. And then I'll likely have to extend an assignment date. That's because the technology fee that you pay covers the campus resources. And if your resources aren't working, you're supposed to come to campus and use the campus resources. Just a note. All right, so the third thing is the no-show assignment. If you don't complete this no-show assignment by Friday, you may be administratively dropped from the course. You just get dropped. So complete that no-show assignment if you plan on staying in the course. If you get dropped because you didn't complete it, you will have an opportunity to re-enter the course, but there's that window of space and time where someone who's trying to get into a course can slide in and take your spot. So don't leave that up to chance. Take the no-show assignment. You can take it now. Once you take the no-show assignment, the lessons folder will open up to you. It won't be locked. So let's go over what you'll find in the lesson stuff. All right, so our first lesson number 1, is titled The Course Cornerstones. These course cornerstones are the writing process and the 5-paragraph essay structure and strategy. These are the cornerstone lessons for any writing course. Your writing process and the 5-paragraph essay structure and strategy. Review those lessons. When you review the lessons, take notes. Have your notepad or your notebook or your journal and just take notes. Take notes of the things that stand out to you. Take notes of things you hear me emphasize in these lessons. One of the downfalls of online students is that a lot of them don't take notes. They think because we put the lessons up and the lessons are always there, that the lessons are just going to be in your brain. That's not the case. Take notes. This taking notes, that's one of the best practices. So take notes and help yourself to do well in the course. All right, so the first day welcome, this is the video that I'm doing right now. So the first day welcome, that'll be in there. This video will be in there. Um, so every week we'll have a spelling quiz. And here you'll see it says spelling list number one. And I create a video where I give you the spelling words. I'll give you 20 at a time. So if you want the full list, you can download it. You can find it if you want. It's the 200 most misspelled words in the American English language. So every time I say one of these words, remember it's the American spelling, not the British spelling, the American spelling of that word. And they're all in alphabetical order. So I start with the A's and we get into, this goes from A and it ends in the C's. So listen to the words, make sure you know how to spell them, and then when you're ready, by Sunday, you're going to take spelling quiz one. All of our assignments are going to be due on Sundays by midnight. So you can budget out your time throughout the week, figure out when you want to get your stuff done. I suggest completing assignments before Sunday. That's my suggestion. Because there's no late work accepted in the English department. That's just a standard rule. We don't accept late work. If you have a documented excuse that allows me to upload your documentation and put it in there so that if the dean reviews the course, she can see that there's documentation that allows you to submit something late, that's fine. And that stuff is in the syllabus information also. So this week, our readings are Henry Louis Gates Jr., What's in a Name, and Brent Stables, Cutting and Pasting a Senior Thesis by Insert Name. These readings right here, these first readings, I just want you to read those to prime your brain into getting prepared for this course. Something I'm going to say, and this has to sink in, is that for an English course, whether it's 8 weeks or 16 weeks, the requirements for accreditation for this course are the same. Even if it was a 4-week course, the requirements are still going to be the same. This course is 8 weeks long, so it's condensed from the 16-week course. So you're going to have to write the same minimum standards in a condensed semester. This is a mini semester. So once you start, get it in your mind that you are on a roll and you are like running through this course. Like don't relax too much. And I'm saying that just because summer semester English courses, online English courses, are difficult. Just gonna say that none of them are easy. They're difficult. Um, None of the writing ones, the ones that have to do with writing, are easy. None of those are easy. Some of the reading ones, because you're reading, it might seem simpler to you. All right, so this is what's due for week one. Lesson one, week one. In lesson two, next week, I have another spelling list for you. I have a quiz for you. We'll start our first essay because you'll know the writing process and you'll know the 5 paragraph essay structure and strategy. So we'll have our first rough draft due next week. But yeah, just every Monday I'll post the lesson and then you'll have until Sunday to submit that week's work. Now, every week I offer extra credit. And here are the directions for extra credit. You can read those, read the directions, but I'm just going to say what I usually say about it. Extra credit is always, unless otherwise stated in the directions for the particular extra credit that week, it's always a 3 paragraph essay, introduction, body paragraph, conclusion paragraph, and and a 2 to 5 minute video talk where you get in front of your camera and you talk to us for 2 to 5 minutes about the topic. Now, when you talk to us, don't read your essay. Your essay is just information for you to know. You're going to submit your essay, but don't read your essay. I just want you to talk to us. You know what you wrote, you know what the ideas are in your mind. Just speak. Just talk to us like you're talking to your homies. You're talking to your classmates. And I'll give you an example of submitting for the extra credit. Let's switch. Share screen over to this window. All right, so this is an old course. And let's go to an old extra credit. Oh, let me go to student preview. So let's check out A Villain's Truth, extra credit. You may or may not get this one. I change them up. So when you submit a paper in Blackboard, you have to submit a Word or PDF document. It has to be a Word or a PDF document. Don't submit any other type of format or document type of file. A Word document, Microsoft Word, or PDF. When you're ready to submit on this submission page, or any of the submission pages, go to attachment right here. And you're going to attach the file. Let's do sample MLA paper. And you know you've done it right when it does this conversion and process thing and your paper appears in front of you. The way that your paper appears here is how I'm going to see it. So if you submit something and it looks messed up when you submit it here, then I'm going to see it as messed up. And probably going to mark something wrong on it. So if something is messed up on it, then you can always, right where the cursor is right here, you can always write something in here. Blah, blah, blah. If you have to leave a comment. But right here, where you can write something in, is where you're going to copy the URL for your YouTube video if you're doing extra credit. And you're going to paste it there and then hit submit. So that way I have your paper and I have your YouTube video. Got it? Okay, so that's for extra credit. Now, extra credit is worth 7 points added on to the final draft of whichever essay we're working on at the time. So in this course, we have three essays. We have essay one, essay two, essay three. Essay one is a narrative essay. Essay two is called the critical essay. It is an argumentative compare and contrast essay. And essay three is the rhetorical essay. It deals with rhetoric. Uh, in the rhetorical essay, for the narrative essay and the critical essay, you'll have a rough draft and a final draft. The rough draft is worth 50 points, and the final draft is worth 100 points. So as long as you turn in the rough draft, you automatically get the 50 points. And then the final draft is out of 100 points. What this does is it creates a curve to your grade. So you turn in a rough draft, and let's say you get a 85 on the final draft. That's let's do the calculations. That's 50 plus 85, which is 135, and that's 135 over 150, which is a 90. So it gives you a boost. And that boost is there because you are doing the writing process, which you'll find out about when you go through the first lessons. I want to share our course with you again. All right, here it is. And I'm going to show you some of the other main folder. So here's the course resources folder. In the course resources folder, you'll see office hours. And if you want to make an appointment with me, just click here where it says make an appointment here. These are the office hours that I have. And you can sign up for one. Office hours are in 10-minute intervals. And it's 10 minutes because that's the time that I find is needed. So office hours, we have video lessons. So if you want to get ahead in the lessons so that you know what's coming and you can get a grasp of the materials, the content in the lessons, come here and check out the video lessons. So as you can see here, we have the writing process and the 5-paragraph essay, structure and strategy, which are the cornerstone lessons. Moving ahead, you'll see MLA formatting example and a sample MLA paper. Your final draft for your narrative essay will have to be perfectly MLA formatted, so you can come here and check it out. Transition sentences in our second essay, essay number 2, essay 2, you'll have to have good transition sentences. You'll have to be able to format your titles, and you'll have to know about quotation sandwiches, citations, and works cited pages. So you can get ahead in the lessons, and then when it comes time to perform those things, I'll give an updated or more detailed uh, lesson, especially because you'll be asking me questions. And then I'll put the answers in the lessons every week. So office hours, video lessons, the MLA workshop by our lovely librarians. You will have to complete a MLA workshop. They are online, they are live, and the librarians offer several online workshops. And when you complete one, they'll send me your name so I can give you credit for it. So if you want to pick a date ahead of time, by all means, go ahead and do that. You can make an appointment with a writing tutor. If you see one of the tutors and you get them to help you with one of your papers, then you'll get 5 points extra credit for that paper. And the textbook. One thing that's cool about the textbook is that, let me show you. Boom. Textbook. Well, when you use a textbook, I suggest going over here and going to read ebook on Vital Source Bookshelf. The the textbook just downloads better there and the features just work better. So here in the search, whatever it is that we're going to read there, you can start typing it in. And as you see, I put cutting in for cutting and pasting, and the title came up. So just click on it, and it'll show up in the book. Now, the cool thing is that it could read to you. And using the one on the Vital Source bookshelf, it saves your settings for you so that you don't have to keep changing it every time. So you can change the voice and change how fast it talks.
Bread's tables. Cutting and pasting, a senior thesis by, insert name. A thesis shows a few annotated paragraphs.
And it'll read to you. It doesn't read the pictures, but yeah, and that's a big picture. That's just one big picture. So yeah, let it read to you if the reading to you is available. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for the welcome video and for what's due this week. So start here folder, complete the reading of the syllabus, check the technology requirements, do the no-show assignment, and go on into lesson 1, course cornerstones, do the readings, check out the lessons, listen to the spelling quiz words before you take that spelling quiz. And for the spelling quiz, I want you to know you get one time to take it. So make sure that you're in a space where you can have 5 minutes to take the test, the quiz, because you only get 5 minutes to take the quiz. Once that 5 minutes is up, the quiz will submit. So don't lollygag on the spelling quiz. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. And just so you know, when you write me an email and you have a question, feel free to just simply write your question in there. If I get your question and I pull down on my notifications screen on my phone and I can read your whole question in that notification screen, then I'll hit reply and I'll just answer you right back like we're texting. If I can't read it from that notification screen and it's too long for that notification screen, I'll just swipe across on it and I'll leave it until I get back here to my desk and I can type and email you back. So don't feel obligated to write me really long emails. You don't have to do that. You could just put your question there, even if you have 3 questions. If you can put all 3 questions in there and it's short, that's fine. If you have back-to-back questions, just shoot me one. I'll answer that one. Shoot me another. I'll answer that one. Shoot me another. I'll answer that one. I find that helps to get your questions back to you sooner. All right. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Or sign up for an office hour. And besides that, I'll be back with another formal lesson on Monday. Later.